Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce to you, this brother is a legend, man. And this brother was always deeper than just your average MC, man. His new book is called Sweat the Techniques. Ladies and gentlemen, you know him from Eric B. and Rakim. It is the one, the only, the God MC, Rakim. Yes.
Yeah, sure. Koolout. What's up, bro?
Man,
All right.
Rakim, first of all, man, I don't even know where to start. Is so much, man. Let me start like this. I remember when I was a shorty and following under my cousins, they looked up to you like you were religion. They were talking about stuff I had no idea, talking about the third eye. I say, Rakim is talking about the third eye. And I'm like, what is the third eye? Like I had no idea. But there are so many cats in this game that you have influenced. Does it ever shock you or make you sort of pump your brakes and you look back and go like, man, I cannot believe the effect that I've had on this particular culture?
Yes, it's humbling, man. Load up. It for a brother like myself, man, it's real humbling. And hip hop it's hard for an artist to get love and respect from his peers. You know
right.
What I mean? So, to just get that love, man, and that welcome, from my peers as well as everybody else, man. Very humbling. And it actually gives me more fuel so I can keep going.
Yeah, you know what? I heard you say, and it was interesting that you said this, because with all the confidence that you've always put forth on your tracks and your songs, to hear you say that, you wasn't really interested in doing the book because you didn't think you were interesting enough. How could you think that? Like, what was the grounds for that particular thought?
I don't know, bro. I think I'm too laid back, man. You know what I mean?
Okay.
If you ask Rakim what he do with his time off, Rakim will say nothing. You know what I mean?
Really?
If you ask me what I like doing, I like staying home and chilling. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I tour all around the world. So when I get time off, man, I like to be home doing my thing. I got a bunch of things around the house to keep me busy. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I really enjoy, just relaxing and doing my 1-2s at the crib, man. But I really thought that I didn't have enough to put in the book to keep the writer interested, man. But what we did is found a way to tell a story a little differently.
Right.
And it's more about inspiring artists, upcoming artists, and
right.
Trying to get the best out of helping people be the best they can be, man. But always, laid back, man. I kind of just enjoy the simple things in life, man. Word up.
And ain't nothing the matter with that at all, family. And when you speak about, giving back to a lot of artists, a lot of cats didn't know that while you was doing your thing, that you contributed to some great artists. Like Nas was in the studio while you was working on your album, right?
Yes, sir. While I was working on the first album, Paid in Full, Lost Professor used to bring Nas to the studio, man. And young cat, used to come and just, vibe out.
Right.
But I just remember, he was just always, a cool cat, always
right.
respectful. And I can tell that he loved music just as well as I did. You know what I mean?
And when you see him doing this thing, man, does it put a smile on your face? Because now, in hindsight, you can see a lot of the format that you laid that sort of is the ground he stayed on. Conscious, really cares about his people,
no doubt.
Really paints a picture. Doesn't it put a smile on your face?
It does, man. It's like people like Nas helps it. He makes it easy for me to be me. You know what I mean? Like the more artists that's speaking on that same wavelength, man, it makes it more human that I can do it. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's dope to see somebody that somewhat looks up to me, man, and was around, and I was able to influence him and guide him in a good path, man. And, good cat to this day. Cat to this day.
Absolutely. Rakim, man, I'm telling you, brother, if there's ever one hip-hop artist that's always on my list of all-time greats, brother, you are the one, man. Every now and then you talk with brothers off the street, man, and I remember that they would say that, what's happening with the youth out here is a lack of leadership. A lot of the OGs aren't around. So listening to you, you know, I got that feeling like you're that type of OG that was needed in the streets. Cats respected from all over the country, where you can go wherever you want. Everybody shows you love. You're not grabbing for the spotlight because you're confident in who you are. Do you see the streets like that now? Like the OGs are gone, which may have played a part in a lot of, and for lack of a better word, a lot of the misdirections that we see now with everybody doing a lot of crazy stuff out there. You know, because you're from the streets and you had a mom and dad. Like, you don't see that anymore.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. And they played a big part in my life, man. They influenced me and taught me a lot of things. You know, of course, made sure I was grounded.
Right.
Made sure I had pride, you know, dignity and respect for myself and others as well. But I think today, man, I think it's a sign of the times, man. I think,
okay,
you know, what the people that they call Generation X, kids that they call Generation X, I look a little deeper into that, and you know, this is like the age of Aquarius, man. And the younger kids is more opinionated now and more in tune with, you know, what's going on. Even if, you know, their opinion may be a little young at times.
Or harsher, yeah, because it seems like now everybody's aggressive, like, yo, I got to get this off my chest.
Yes, sir. You know what I mean? But and on that note, you know, it's the generation that has to touch the oven. You know, you can tell them it's hot, but they got to touch it themselves.
Right.
So it's not, you know, I know it's a lot of OGs that's around that's still trying to put that pressure on the young kids and at least, you know, tell them something good.
Yeah.
But like I said, man, the generation, you know, nowadays they want to, you know, touch the stove and see how hot it is themselves, man. But we do need a little more of that guidance, man.
Right,
because, you know, in music as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't expect the young generation to supply all the information that's needed in this genre at this time.
Right, and it's no disrespect to the generation. It's just you know, I think, and I hate to even use this word, but it has to be some type of standards and some type of control measures, because, you know, when you guys was coming up, it was a totally different code. Totally different, man.
No doubt. And we still had to answer to the neighborhood.
Right.
And the difference back then is art imitated life. Now life is imitating art.
Yeah, profound.
Back then we still had to be accountable for what we were saying and you know, what we was doing. Nowadays it's like, you know, music rules and the street follow, you know, whatever, you know, the music is dictated. But you know, it was a little different back then, man. And it's the same thing, man. And like you said, it's no disrespect to the younger artists, because I was that younger artist that, you know, that felt that, you know, or knew that I was supposed to be in this genre. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, big up to all the artists coming up. But as far as, you know, overall look, we just need a little, you know, more balance so that, you know, some of the right things, if it's, you know, informal or if it's just, you know, things to keep the genre, you know, afloat, man.
Right.
And moving in the right direction. You know, it takes everybody to complete this genre, man. So, you know, keep that in mind to all my consumers and all my artists out there, man.
Yeah.
Let's just keep moving.
Absolutely. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, on the phone is Rakim. His new book is Sweat the Techniques. Make sure you support him. Rakim, man, you guys were the first $1 million contract?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Me and my partner Eric B signed the first $1 million contract. Yes, sir.
When Self-Destruction came out, why weren't you on it, man?
That's the question I asked myself. You know, I felt there was something, you know, I felt I was supposed to be on that track.
Right.
You know, in 86, 87, I kind of brought back the conscious movement.
Absolutely.
Or started a movement, and it was definitely on that self-destruction, you know,
right.
Definitely on that theme, you know, as far as, you know, what happens to a culture or what happens to a neighborhood or society, you know, that, you know. But, you know, I felt the way about it.
And that's honest. I mean, it's honest, because a lot of us felt like, Rakim should have been on this. Had you guys ever had conversations, or, you know, was there ever any understanding as to why it may not have happened, or was it just one of those things?
No, I never said nothing about it because it was it was their choice.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, I can't get mad because, you know, they didn't pick me or holler at me to be on the record.
Right.
But personally, I felt the way. You know what I mean? And I spoke about it in the book.
Yeah, I saw that, man. You also opened up a little bit about you and Eric B. What happened with you and Eric B, man?
Well, without giving out too much, hopefully everybody go buy the book.
Absolutely. Okay.
But, let's try to give you a short version of it. But yeah, you know, me and Eric got to a point in our career. We had 3 more albums left. Eric B said, came up with an idea where he'd do one, I'd do another one. We do the third one together, and then we get a brand new deal after that.
Okay.
The good thing about doing that is when he did, or, you know, when we did our solo projects, we was able to keep all the money without having to split it.
Okay.
So it would have been a nice come up. And then again, after we did the third album, we would have been done and would have been able to sign for a new contract.
Okay.
Long story short, I signed off for his, and he didn't want to sign off for mine because he thought I wouldn't pick him back up for the third album as if it was my choice.
Okay.
Which is, you know what I mean? But,
right.
So yeah, you know, it kind of went left, and when it was time for me to do my solo project, we kind of fell out. You know what I mean? Couldn't get in touch with Eric. I'm running around looking for him. Long story short,
right.
You know, stopped a lot of my business and really made me put things in perspective. You know, and you know, for a long time I had a bit of taste in my mouth about how that whole thing went down. You know what I mean?
I can imagine, because if it was me, I'd have been mad as hell. Like, yo, where you at, son?
Yeah.
You know
what I mean?
Right,
and
right.
It's like, you know, that's my livelihood, man. And, and it got to a point where they stopped my paper because I was no longer on the contract, because I signed off so he could do his solo project.
Right.
So as time went on, they had to stop, you know, issuing my checks to me because I wasn't on the contract. So long story short, man, after, you know, looking for Eric B for a while, the label finally made me another contract.
Wow.
I was able to finish doing what I was doing without the assistance of Eric B, and that's why, you know, it was a bunch of setbacks in my career.
Mm-hmm.
You know, time went on, man. There was always talks about Eric B and Rakim reunions.
Right.
And I never wanted to do it because, again, you know what I mean, I felt the way about the situation.
As you would, as any man would if you went through it like that. Right.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But as time went on, man, 30th anniversary came about. A lot of people was in my ear. And, you know, one morning I grew up.
Did you say one morning you grew up, Rakim?
One morning I grew up, bro. You know what I mean? Because as righteous as we want to be and as understanding as we say we are, until we apply and, you know, put all things aside, you know, you're still striving for that. That was one thing, you know, that really was, you know, kind of keeping me from just being at peace with myself and everything around, was that Eric B situation. Yeah, man, so finally, man, I said, you know, it's bigger than me and Eric B. You know, the people that supported us and made us who we are. I thought wouldn't mind seeing us back on stage again, being able to come out to the show. So I put all the differences aside and sat down, and, you know, we was able to go out on tour, man, and, you know, through that process, you know, we kind of, you know, pushed the shit to the side, and you know, we're better friends today, man.
That's what's up.
You know, so it's definitely a test. It was definitely a test, you know.
Rakim, let me tell you what I'm getting from this, man. You know, as watching hip hop develop and seeing cats who getting beefs and, you know, they react and, you know, everything is being played over social media, every little thing. Right. You just hit me with, and it just came to me just now. The MC that you are, strong man, no doubt, right? But at the same time, you're not scared to say, yo, this bothers me. I'm vulnerable here. This was on my soul.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And until I can conquer that, man, I couldn't be at peace with myself. I couldn't say that I was handling things and I was understanding of things and being, you know what I mean?
Right.
I couldn't really say that and be true to that with that on my shoulders, man. So I had to grow up and let it go.
Yo, That's a big, big example right now for everybody out there listening, especially youngins coming up who want to get in this game. You know, you still struggling. You know, you might be struggling with trying to make money and trying to, you know, make the dopest records, but you first got to resolve who you are as a man.
Yes, sir, my brother.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, Rakim. Get his book, man, Sweat the Techniques. So, Rakim, if you had to do an album right now, sir, if you did an album based off your journey and everything that you've went through in your life, what would you title that right now?
Oof, man, is that a good question, man? and for somebody that like to think so much about, you know, titles and rhymes,
right?
You know, that may be the best question I heard in years, man. But
okay,
I'm definitely looking forward to working on something. I'm actually sitting in my room looking out the window. They building my studio as we speak.
Oh.
Can't wait for them to finish it up so I can get in there and tear that up. Excuse my language, tear it down. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, I just feel like, you know, I definitely got a lot to say, you know, especially at this time of my life, man. I've learned a lot, matured a lot, seen a lot. And, you know, if it's just for the people that care about Rakim, then it'll just be that, man. But
right.
I'm definitely ready to get up in the studio, man, and try to complete my legacy the right way.
Absolutely. Well, your legacy is still intact with me, bro, and a lot of your fans, man. If you had a chance to get a do-over, if you can go back and get something back and do it again that maybe you didn't, you know, handle it the right way, what would that be?
Man, you got a couple good ones on me, bro.
I appreciate it, man.
Think, Koolout.
Hey.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Because that's man, such a good question right there. I'm one of them people that kind of believe that things happen for a reason, and everything you go through is just a layer of you know, your story, and one layer enhances and completes the other. You know what I mean? So without diversity, I don't think I would, you know, be me.
Okay.
So some of the mistakes that I made, you know, it humbles you to the point where, you know, you see things a little clearer. So I think without some of the mistakes, you know, I would have been a little gun-ho.
Okay.
So I got to say that, you know, everything happened for a reason. I'd rather not change nothing.
Okay.
What I've been through got me here.
Okay.
But I would say if I can go back and, I don't know, man, maybe just give my wife just a little more attention, man.
That's real. That's real.
She got, man. You know what I mean? I think that's the one thing that I could have did a little better. And so concerned about your career and doing your 1-2s, you think that wifey is just supposed to, you know, put everything down, and you know what I mean? And for her to sacrifice everything, you know, when you look back, sometimes you just, you know, hope that you didn't take advantage of that. You know, maybe I could have did some things better, man. So,
yo, that's real.
I will say that.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, man, his name is Rakim. Sweat the Technique. Go get his book. He has an audio book so you can listen to the Ra do his thing.
Sit back and just check the whole, you know what I mean? The whole book.
Man. Yo, brother, this has to go on my list of all time best interviews. Why? Because you are responsible for me and a lot of my brothers out here, just giving them guidance, you know, because hip hop gave us confidence in the street. That was our crutch. Sure. That was our, you know, we break dance and carrying the radios around. You know,
that's right, man.
We didn't
I appreciate that.
Yo, so you know, it's absolutely real. And in the book, you said that you talked about your father. So I got from the book that your dad was your man. Your dad, you appreciate him fully, man.
Yes, sir.
And you said something about he always had a way of getting you to do things without making you do it.
Yeah, man. He was nice with words. He kind of, I don't know, man. I guess, like I tell my kids, I was your age at one time too.
Right.
So he knew how to, you know, talk to me and say things that, you know, like I already knew what the right answer was by the way he would tell me. You know what I mean? But at the same time, he wouldn't force nothing on me. You know what I mean? Like I remember in a book, I say how he caught me cutting class. And when I got in the car, he asked me, he said, if you want me to go sign you out of school, I'll go sign you out right now. And I almost said yeah.
Okay.
But in that split second, I knew that there would be so much behind that if he was to sign me out. I knew, you know what I mean?
Right.
I'd rather go to school than whatever else he had planned for me, because it wasn't going to just be sitting at the house watching TV. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, he would say certain things, and you would think about it, before you speak, and you would come up with the right answer, man. So, my pops, man, my superhero, and he just had a way with words, and it was so cool with the way he did things, man. I had no option but to respect it and love it at the same time, man. Word up.
Man. All right, well, I'm not going to take up all your time. I know you got a lot to do, but I got to hit you with these two questions, Rakim. Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking to Rakim, the God MC, the new book, Sweat the Technique. Support him, man. It's good to hear this brother speak, man. The knowledge is real. If you had to pick one song that's not your own, Rakim, to play over and over again, one song, one hip-hop song and one love song, what would that be?
One hip-hop song would be Annie Up, without question.
Okay.
Annie Up, crazy. And I think the slow joint, oh, man, I love so much laid-back music, bro.
See, you sound like you pull out the 70s. You got some Barry White and some Bobby Womack.
Yeah, they call the classic. You know
right.
what I mean? If you go downstairs in my little spot right now, I got a whole room full of vinyl. I got my Serato set up, but the vinyl was, you pull that out, blow it off, clean it off, you know what I mean?
And while it's playing, you're looking at the album cover, holding it up. You know what I'm saying? Yes.
It's an experience.
It is. It is.
You know what I mean? So, we take it back to Always and Forever, man. You know what I mean?
Heat Wave.
I think that's like the classic.
Yes.
You never get tired of that. And you can't hear that, time after time on repeat, and you wouldn't even get mad, man. So
wow.
I say Annie Up and Always and Forever, man.
That's what's up. And then I heard in the interview, you a type of guy that loved to hear cats who did things different lyrically. And you showed Twista, a guy from Chicago here, hometown. You showed him some love, man.
Oh, without question, man. Like, I always love the art of rap, man. Like, and when artists came out doing something different or something, out of this world, like when Twista came with that, some brothers before him rhyming fast, but he took it to a whole different level.
Oh, yeah.
And being an MC that's still a fan of music, and like I said, like, the art of words, man, like Twista came through and kind of woke rap up, like, woof. So, yeah, man, and I spoke to him a couple weeks ago, man.
Oh, yeah.
Cool cat.
He is, man.
Cool cat, man. And, hopefully when I get this studio set up, I'm going to highlight him, shoot him the address, man. You come out, man, we going to, get
do
down
your thing, yes.
Do some things, man. But, I love when artists come, push the envelope, man, come with a new style, make us think, something that's, different than, what we've been doing. It keeps the genre fresh and keeps the I guess the different lanes and
it makes it evolve. It continues to allow it to evolve. Exactly.
Yes, sir. Keep that originality alive.
Absolutely.
So I love that.
Man, what do you want to leave your fans with? What do you want to say to them right now? If they don't know anything about you, what do they need to know about Rakim?
Rakim, I'm a rap artist. I love music. I love expressing life through music. And I love seeing the world vicariously through your eyes so that hopefully y'all can write your story, man. My name is Rakim Allah.
Rakim, all blessings to you, brother. Nothing but love and respect. Continued blessings, Rakim.
I appreciate it. Koolout, man. Keep doing your thing up there, man. Hopefully, man, you come down Saturday, man. We can chop it up, bro.
Yo, I got your back like a bra strap, ladies and gentlemen. His name is Rakim. sweat the techniques. Man, enjoy your day, sir. Thank you, Rakim. I appreciate you, brother.
Peace and love, Koolout. Keep rocking, baby.
All right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.